Today marks 1117 days that I'm sharing lessons I learned, I'm learning, and I hope those lessons will support your dreams, your goals, and will really allow you to become the person that you want to be. Today I speak about really waiting and pain. I think every single person understands that when you want to achieve success, you need to take massive action and wait until those results will show up. Not able to really take one action one day and you get results right away. No, that's not what happens. So waiting is very, very important in life. People who are not able to wait, not able to get results. But I think that's we need to understand as well that sometimes we need to learn how to deal with pain and waiting in pain. If you never experienced pain, it might be that you are psychopath. But for normal people, pain is something that we experience. It might be that you are very young and you didn't experience it yet. But I think that when you grow through life, you understand that at some point, something will happen, something that you will lose, something external will happen that will cause you massive pain. It might be that even you caused it. It doesn't matter, but like every single person will experience pain. And we understand that it doesn't matter what happens to us, we're able to, what matters is how we respond to it. But at the same time, you know that there's a pain that you're not able to deal with right away. There'll be time that you will be required to overcome that pain. So that means that you will be waiting in pain. And we need to be very good at that. Because if you wait in pain in a not proper way, you can even destroy your life within a year, within a half a year, because you're just not able to properly wait in that pain. So it's so important to really understand that what are the coping mechanisms do I have? What kind of systems, process, routines do I have when I'm waiting in that pain? So today we'll share more like understanding where is that pain and how what we potentially could do to make sure that we make our life easier when we're waiting in that pain. So number one is that pain is a window into time. Pain is a window into time. I think that a lot of times we just not aware about time, and time flies away, flies around, and when you in that pain, it seems that time slows down because you want to finish that pain as soon as possible, but you're not able to finish that possible. It means you need to wait, and because you wait, that's that for next month, next 2 months, maybe grief, and I don't know, but those that time slows down. And that's just not a bad thing a lot of times. That's a good thing that I'm able to really reflect. Because we a lot of us anticipate that will be temporary and we start looking into the future. And of course, that might be a wrong thing because you're constantly looking at the future without really actually looking what you're doing right now to achieve that future. And that's why it's so important to understand that when you are waiting in pain, what do you do in that moment? Because if you constantly look in the future without looking in your present, it might be that you'll never achieve that future and will stay in that pain. If you always look in the future, that means that you're not asking what do I need to do today to achieve that future. So it's very, very important to understand that, okay, we need to look into be present. And of course, a lot of times being in pain does allows you to really um, to break that illusion of time. Because I feel a lot of times think that we have an enormous amount of time, but when you actually are able to be in that pain, experience that pain, you understand that time is limited and we're able to really take advantage of it. Second thing that I think that we need to understand is that pain might be isolating. It might be. Because it might be that you're isolating yourself from others because you feel that nobody understands you. That is your own pain. There's nobody who could understand you. And there's a lot of people who understand you because I think that when we think about it, there's like billions and billions of people. I think that there's people who have been almost in exactly the same spot. Almost exactly. And I think that when you realize that there are some people who have been exactly the same spot, it's normalize your struggle because we have a tendency when we have that pain, when we constantly think about that pain, we expand it because what you focus on expands. So when you focus on that pain might be even bigger than it actually is. So we want to make sure that we focus on something else that really the problem becomes really actual size because pain might be massive. But at the same time, we're not supposed to focus all the time on it because that could potentially even make it bigger. And I think that sometimes when we in massive pain and waiting in that pain, we could not we potentially could isolate from others, but the biggest part is that we might be even isolating from ourselves. That's a very interesting thing, I think, that how you isolate yourself from yourself. That means you start behaving in a ways that you do not like yourself. Starting in acting in a way that is not who you are. And because of that, you start to alienate yourself. Because this is not who I am, but I act this way. So what's going on? I think that we need to learn that when you grieving, when you are waiting the pain, you might be that you're looking for coping mechanisms, and you might be that you will find in the wrong places. And we need to be very careful because we potentially could lose our identity in that period of waiting. And that we need to be very, very careful. And that's that we need to understand that understanding that existential loneliness, that you feel that you are alone in this world, we need to understand that this is false. Even though that every single person is lonely in general, but every single person have people in their life. And if you do not have people in life, that means that we're able to really go out and meet people who could be there for you. Because I think that there's a lot of people who would love to be from other person, but people who are isolating themselves, not allowing other person to come in and support. The next thing that I want to really focus on is that pain that waiting in pain is a catalyst for transformation. That's a beautiful part. That's the beautiful part. Now, of course, transformation could be for the good and it could be for the bad. And I guess this is a choice that you will need to make. Do you want to become better? Do you want to become bitter? Do you want to become angry? Do you become joyful? And the choices that you make in that period of waiting in pain could potentially dictate how easy it will be to transition from waiting in pain to waiting for success, waiting for results. So number one is the breaking of illusion. I think that a lot of times we have illusion of something that we want, something what success means. But when we actually wait in that pain, we have time to reflect. We're able to reflect on our values, our beliefs, on who we are. And that is a beautiful thing because that could lead to transform our values, transform our allocation, transform our priorities. And because of that, we're able to really start living in a much better way, that we're able to align our life with our priorities, with our values, and live much more joyful. At the same time, when you wait in pain, what is developing? Resilience, endurance, persistence. So that means that that period in waiting, when you're able to really still do the right things in during that time, you're able to develop your one of the most important character traits. So that means that when you are waiting in pain, it's like how I should develop myself, how I should develop myself in this season, because pain could be one of the seasons that you have and live in. But it means every single season in your life could be used for you or could be against you. And again, this is your choice. So that means, okay, this is my season. This is my season. So how I'm able to use this season in my life. So let's build a character. Let's build a character. Let's build routines, habits. Even though that you are in pain, what kind of things you're able to develop in this season just to make sure that you come out of this season? Because waiting in pain is that pain will finish sooner or later. But who you will come out of that pain, that's the question. That is $1 million question. Who you will come out of that pain. Because every single person will have that pain. And I think that person who is utilizing that pain for their benefit, those people who really achieve massive success. Because that pain could be that massive potential for elevation, for really improving all aspects of your life. So I hope that you will really grasp how important that might be. And it might be that it's not relevant for you because you never had a pain, but having that seed in your mind that when you will have a season of the pain, you understand that this season is supposed to be developing my character. This season is supposed to be developing my energy to pursue something meaningful. Next thing that I want to mention is that there is there's some interplay between hope and despair. And it might be that you sometimes will feel, because it's okay to have like sometimes feeling despair, but I think that we always need to really have that hope, have that faith, just to make sure that you're able to pursue and do things that you want. Because sometimes that hope could be, and faith could be a lifeline. It seems that everything going south, everything goes, yeah, almost you see that almost reach a bottom in your emotional, mental health, physical health. All those things could be at the lowest. And it might be that faith and hope could be only a lifeline to really pursue, still do the things that are necessary, not giving up on the dreams, not giving up on people, not giving up on yourself. That's very, very important. Because that waiting in pain is a sometimes is a test from life. Because I think that a lot of times people say, oh, I want to achieve success, I want to make a difference, I want to really be significant. When you have that thought that I want to make a difference, I want to be a millionaire, life will test you. Life will test you and ask, do you actually want that goal? Do you actually want this dream to happen? And I think that pain is one of the tests that we need to go through to make sure that we really prove to ourselves that this is exactly what I want. I earn the right to pursue those dreams. I earn the right to pursue those goals. So the waiting in pain is a test that every single person will need to go through. Now, I think that every single person will need to go through. But I think that especially people who really want to pursue meaningfuls, they're able to use that test as a testament that even though that they're waiting in pain, they're able to execute on their dreams. Even the worst season of their lives, they're able to execute towards and move towards a goal. Because even inching towards your goal is better than standing still. Inching towards your goal will be better than standing still. And I think that's where successful people are able to execute even waiting in pain. Because I think that waiting in pain is university of character, university of values, university of priorities. And when we treat that, I think that is a beautiful thing. And I think that the last thing that I want to mention, that waiting in pain is a hero journey. And there's a story. And the hero is you. You are the hero in that story. So it means what that hero will do in that pain. What will do? I think that when you understand that you are a hero in your own story, you start to think, okay, how hero would act in this moment, how he would act, what kind of things he would do, what he would develop in the season. And I think that is a beautiful thing. Waiting in pain is a beautiful thing when you actually, now it's not a beautiful thing when you are in it, but it's a beautiful thing when you come out of it. It's a beautiful thing. And again, it could be a beautiful thing, and it could be a terrible thing. Is the choices what you're doing in the pain that will dictate if you come out better or will come out better, as I said at the beginning. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.